Lobos, thanks for everything you've done and will do over the course of your streaming career. Keep bringing joy to thousands on a daily basis. And $50. I'm sorry. Love Witwix.
We love you, Witwix.
How much?
50.
Oh.
Is that enough for me?
Hey, Witwix, make sure to let us know if you want to kill or save the animals with that.
That's like a 6-figure sailor.
Yeah, really.
Don't forget, guys, we do have a donation incentive for Super Metroid on Sunday. You can either donate your money and mention to save the animals or kill the animals. This is specifically to Super Metroid, not to Raisin.
He's riding a horse.
Horse hype.
Argo.
He never does that in a game.
Our subs this month gonna go to Child's Play?
It's just subs during the 3 months or whatever, or 3 days that we're streaming.
Okay.
Just in case people on the off chance are like, oh, it's a charity stream, I'll sub.
Yeah.
So, Pablo versus Agnew.
Huh?
Pablo versus Agnew.
It's definitely,
What's it gonna be?
it's definitely
Bug on
egg
the
roll.
wall. I
Absolutely.
cited a bug.
Yeah, I
also,
cited a bug too.
That's also one of the reasons why I'm having this up.
That's a lizard Lobos. Go kill
No.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Did your sub run out?
It shouldn't. What the hell? Did he delete it? He didn't delete
him.
it.
That's embarrassing.
That
I
is
saw it
embarrassing.
earlier today. Ella rated us today.
Why is it not working? Are you fucking kidding me? My sub. Also,
This is horseshit.
My Skype is also dying. Everything is dying.
Rip. Oh.
Oh no!
Fella.
Fehler.
The German denial page is
Fehler.
much more angrier than
I'm
me.
learning German.
You just kicked me out of the Wi-Fi so I couldn't spam Pablo's.
Oh no, Kaylee sees it.
Did you misspell it?
Oh really?
Oh.
That is Pablo.
I guess just refresh.
Yeah.
It's Pablo.
That's the
Pablo
Pablo emote.
Stampede.
Are we waiting on anything or? Oh, okay, sweet. All right. So this is Shadow Colossus, one of my top 3 favorite games of all time, alongside Super Metroid and Zelda: Link to the Past.
Yes.
There it is. Wait, yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Twat Man.
Excellent. Thank you, Twat Man. I'll just get this started. I have a lot to say, but whatever. Oh yeah. Shoot us a go. All right.
Fucking go.
So this game is originally on the PS2. Oh my gosh. Reset. Reset. Apparently the default has horizontal camera, not inverted. I guess I like it inverted. Let me make sure that this still feels good. That feels right. Oh, what? Do I?
Is it both inverted?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently I play inverted, but like I never changed it to do that. I just got used to it.
Some games it's just easier to do inverted, some games.
I think that's right. Okay, I'll reset real quick. Anyway, Shadow Colossus.
Good speed run.
That was great. Great.
And time.
Thank you. All right. In like 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So this character this game has a really cool story to it and very unique gameplay that if you haven't played this game, you should go play it. And I'm not gonna say don't watch it now, but kind of don't watch it now.
Everyone leave. Right.
Get out.
Watch 10 minutes and then just get up and don't go straight.
Yeah. This game is very unique. It has absolutely no enemies other than giant bosses, and the bosses are basically puzzles to get on them and stab them in their weak points. And in between that, you just kind of explore this isolated land and find where the colossi are. You do have kind of a GPS system to find the colossi.
Kind of medieval GPS, but it
Medieval GPS, yeah. The platforming in this is very like Prince of Persia. You have, you know, climbing and shimmying on ledges and all that, and rolling and jumping. The controls are a little bit awkward, but once you get used to them, they're pretty cool. The pink bar in the bottom right is my character's grip meter, or stamina overall, which governs how long I can hold on to something. As long as you're holding R1 and you have stamina, you will just hold on like forever, unless it glitches.
Bobo's turn.
One of the tough things about this game is movement in some of the running areas. Optimizing that movement is non-trivial, to say the least. Here's our first Colossus. I'm whistling here to get his attention. And what you're supposed to do is you get on his foot and you stab it twice, and then he'll fall down, and you climb his back. I'm gonna miss that hit. Alright, I'm gonna hit his foot like that. I'm gonna wait for him to fall. And then I'm gonna hit him again. Alright, that's gonna trigger a cutscene. And in this cutscene, you can actually grab onto his beard if you do it right. There
Beard
you go.
goes.
And you're supposed to like get on his back and you start climbing him. He's got like these platforms on his back and everything, but screw that. That takes way too long. I'm going to be referring to what I call in this game the G spot, which stands for grip spot or grab spot or whatever you want your imagination to believe it. And basically, the G spot is if you grab the Colossus in a certain way, with like a certain timing or positioning, your character is basically immune to sideways shaking, which is extremely important for speedruns, because if you don't have that spot, you like stab once and then the boss will shake for like 10-15 seconds. And then you get to do another stab and then more shaking, etc. So the more you can minimize that shaking, the better.
Are you comfortable with the TV being turned back where it was? Because the camera also changed everything, and they can't see the room the same way. But that's just what Kaylee just told me.
I don't know. All that matters is the couch, really, for the site.
Yeah, you guys don't matter.
I'm invisible? Oh. 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 I'm sorry, Bubbles. Bubbles is half invisible.
Are you gonna make it?
So you're probably asking now, why did tentacles just fly into my character? And that has to do with the story.
It's a Japanese game.
I'd rather not spoil it immediately, and hope that you just go play the game, or at least read a synopsis, because it's a cool story. Cutscenes here, yay. So I'll show you the GPS system real quick if you're not familiar with it. But basically, you lift up your sword and focus beams of light, boom, and then wherever it focuses, like that's the direction of the next Colossus.
Just like a real GPS.
Just like a real GPS. It gives you a straight line though, so it could go through a cliff and you have to find your way around and stuff like that. But actually, at some point in this run, I might forget what boss is next, because I usually remember by having splits that show me. But I should be able to manage. Even though I've played this a million times.
I'm fearing that problem too in my runs tomorrow.
Oh yeah. The horse has some really, it can be really annoying to control, but it also has the best feature ever, which is I call auto horse, where if you hold X, it will just kind of auto navigate and turn around corners and stuff like that. Unless they're really sharp, then he'll just run into a wall and turn, like, just pull a 180 and get really annoying.
Just like a real horse.
Just like a real horse. So normally you're supposed to go all down this big scenic path and like approach this boss like in a really cool manner, but we just fall because he needs help and I don't know, style.
If you can talk about it, show it.
Just to let you guys know, we have in this block we have a drawing of Shadow of the Colossus thanks to Carson Druitt. You can enter to win this by donating $10 or more.
I actually have to stay away from his foot like as soon as he lands, because there's a shockwave that lasts a considerable amount of time that will kill you when you have that little amount of health. Oops, that's the wrong button. Or not the wrong, that's the wrong direction. Wow, that helped.
That RTSR setup.
So I'm just going to do the same thing. Hopefully this will work.
The good thing about this is that we get to listen to the music again.
Oh, please. He's going to kill me. Run! Oh my gosh, that helped.
Stress, okay.
That's save. Okay, well. So what I was trying to do when I was on him was to jump to the side, but it decided to jump backwards. Whatever. I don't think there should be anything that damages me in this fight anymore. One of the interesting things about this game is the physics, that while you're on a Colossus, if it's moving, your character can lose his balance and start rolling and get out of control real quickly. So to minimize that, like while I'm going to climb up to the front of him, I'm going to be jumping a lot so your character doesn't get off balance. Also, well, as you can see, some of the bosses have multiple places that you have to stab them, and it typically will equal like a certain percentage of their health. I'm gonna try and get a G spot here. That's not good. That might be good right there. So I've got a good spot, so I'm not getting messed up while he's shaking around, and I can just keep stabbing, which is good for time's sake. And yes, every time a Colossus dies, it's a very sad experience, and you're supposed to feel sorry for these giant beasts that were doing nothing. I guess I'll spoil the premise of the story, which is pretty basic. You have a female companion. It's not stated whether it's your girlfriend or your sister or daughter or something like that. But you travel to this forbidden land with a sacred sword that you've stolen, and you've heard stories of a deity that can resurrect people. And so you bring the girl and the sword, and you find the deity, and the deity says, I can do this, but you need to go kill these 16 colossi, and then I will resurrect your girl. And he's like, yes. So that is why you're killing them. And very sad. 3 guys.
I think an interesting thing about the speedrun to mention is that there's not a lot of people who do it like Lobos does it, like traveling to every Colossus spot, because the whole time trial thing. Like there's a boss rush mode or something like that. Or do you want to explain it?
Yeah, sure. Basically, once you beat the game and get into New Game Plus, you can just walk up to the... you didn't see it in the speedrun really, but there's statues in the main temple that represent each of the colossi. And you can just walk up to them and activate them, basically, and do a time trial fight with them. It just warps you to the boss and you fight it. And a lot of people do time trial speedruns where you just do boss to boss to boss to boss. But I typically like to do my speedruns like as a fresh game, just playing from the beginning to the end. So it includes all of this travel, which adds on like a whole like 40 minutes or so, because this is a pretty big world. But also, keep in mind that, yes, this was a PS2 game. I'm playing on the PS3 HD remake, but the textures are, I mean, pretty much the same as it looked on PS2. It's definitely sharper, and they fixed the frame rate, which was an issue, but that's the PS2's fault. Team Ico did a ridiculous job with this game, and it holds up even today with visuals and all that.
Yeah, it looked really good on the PS2 already.
Yeah.
I also think about the time frames, I think the stats are different there. Like you get certain stats for certain bosses on this where you always have the same stats.
The horse is very like finicky on certain terrain. Like he'll just decide to completely stop or slow down to like practically a halt or whatever.
Are you going to do strats on this one? Like the good strats, the fast strats?
I'm doing brace or skip strats.
Okay.
There's a way to, this is one of people's favorite bosses, one of mine as well. He's pretty darn tall and intimidating looking, and he slams his giant sword at you. There is a strat to launch from the sword all the way up to his head, but I don't do that. You can kind of get it consistent. A lot of the tricks in this game, though, are, you can get it perfectly 10 times in a row and then fail it a million times in a row, and it's very oddly frustrating. It's not that there's any like RNG really. All the bosses will react based on your position, but the particularness of like terrain and where your character is positioned and when you're jumping and all that stuff, it's very hard to like consistently replicate a lot of these skips. So the typical way that you kill this boss is you get him to slam the sword on that cement disc in the middle of the arena, and it breaks off the bracer on his sword arm so that you can just get on his sword and then climb up. But there is a strategy that will hopefully allow me to just use the sword's momentum to boost me above the bracer, and then we don't have to deal with all that.
Straight to the head.
Not to the head.
Okay.
He needs to be farther down the sword.
Have you ever gotten that?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten it before, but it's never been like consistent. Alright, so that should be good there. Oh. The physics in this game make things very weird sometimes.
Yeah, they tend to not make too much.
Yeah, like, for the most part, they're like, okay, I can get that. I'm on a big giant Colossus. It's going to be weird, but... Alright, so I need to get... There we go. I got a good spot there. So, optimal strats here. I want to get, like, a little bit... Okay. I want to be able to pull the sword here. If I pull the sword out and hold it here, he will not, like, flip me over. So that's why I'm holding it onto it. Otherwise, I get out of position. I don't have this good stab spot. I need to wait for him to lean forward again, because that will flip you out of position, too. Okay. Now I can deal half of his health worth in damage. And there's a really good strategy, because the next stab spot is on his stomach, and while he's walking, it's really annoying to try and stab him. So I'm going to hang on for now until he rears back. We drop and go down to his belly, hopefully. And the whole time he's doing that shaking, he won't like shake you off. That wasn't the greatest. You can get down there much faster, but I still get like even 2 stabs. Like that's way worse getting early.
The intentional way of doing this is actually just like standing on the ground and making him a spot where there's like a stone plate or something, but he like breaks off his armor and you just climb up.
So the odd thing is, in this part, like the only time that you can actually stab is when he's shaking. When he's walking around, you're just constantly being shaken off his belly.
While we're in between Colossi, can I get a roll call, please?
Sure. Lobos Jr.
I'm still zombie.
I'm half of Bubbles.
You should probably read. Like, you should probably just say who's.
Okay.
Because they're not gonna be able to hear it at all.
-6. Carson Jewett, Fieldy Field. And in the back we got Nirm and Nirm's friend. Behind
Christian.
the microphone, I am
Name's
Pixel
Christian.
K.
Oh. Sure.
Got 2 donations to read. Another $50. I'm sorry, my sub ran out. I'll resub when I can afford it. Love Witwix.
He just resubbed earlier.
$20. Lobos, these colossal furry creatures did nothing to you. Are you sure this is how your dead girlfriend/sister would want you to behave? Please spare them. Christopheles.
I'm not sure.
You can't ask her exactly, so you kind of have to wait until we're done with that.
The next boss is the worst boss in my opinion. It's the one that I always reset on, and it is the bane of the run. Even though there's several bosses in this game that will just completely add like 3 to 5 minutes on your run, but Phaedra is an abomination of creation.
And the best thing is, like Lobo said earlier, there's like very little RNG, so you only have yourself to blame if there's
I know.
like, a big time
It's the worst because if you do everything exactly the same every time, like you'll get it every time. But because it's very like particular with timing and positioning and all that, like when you fail it, you're like, well, that's entirely my fault. So we'll see how it goes.
Turns out he could afford it, and Witwix did resub.
Thank you, Witmix.
So this is also the riding simulator at times. But these areas are just beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
if you have the time to do so, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm skipping all the cutscenes, but the cutscenes are really cool, and they allow you complete camera control. Well, not complete camera control. You can adjust it while it's like focusing on stuff. Like here, I'm just auto horsing. It's great. You don't have to worry about steering or any of that. Even though he's a little slow, he auto navigates down here. So the normal trick for this boss is really it's a lot longer than the speedrun strat. You have to guide him over to these bunkers, and then you go on underground, and he thinks you're under there, so he starts attacking, and then he looks in there, and while he's looking in there, you come out the opposite end and jump on his tail. Instead of that, the speedrun strat involves climbing his leg in a very particular way, and then launching yourself onto his tail from there. But it's probably the most infuriating thing to do.
It's another way of like abusing the weird physics in this game. It's just, it doesn't work often.
There we go.
Oh, wait.
Are you getting first try?
First try strats. That can take me literally like 7 minutes, or it can take me that amount of time.
What is the world record? Single
The world
second.
record for this is, I think, an hour 34 at this point.
By Meowton Do.
No, actually, somebody else now has the world record. I don't remember the name. I feel bad, but we had a new runner come in and got the record now. I want a G-spot. That looks good. He can still shake me out of this one because he lifts his head up and down really fast, and that will take you out of position. But any shaking he does, we're good again. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy with the run no matter how the rest of it goes because Phaedra went perfectly.
Very good.
And the thing is about that jump is I've spent hours and hours practicing it, and it doesn't matter. Once I get to the run, it's just kind of luck of the draw. Sort of.
Even better, so if you do the slot jump on the
Oh,
Colossus.
yeah.
Best runner.
Yeah. Phaedra makes pretty sad, hurdy noises when you poke him.
Isn't there also one that moves when you're poking?
Moves? Oh, moves, yeah. Barba
Yeah.
number 6 does. The next Colossus is a lot of people's favorites. It's a flying Colossus, and his name is Avion, and it's basically a giant bird.
I actually
My
hate that
personal
guy.
favorite.
Yeah.
I hate
It's
that guy.
the visuals on it are really great. The cool thing about not playing this game and watching a run is you get to look around like everything around what's happening. I have to focus on my character and all that. But like because you're on a giant flying Colossus, you can look like below and to the side and see how they actually have like the landscape in the background, and it's really really impressive for PS2.
Did you see this the strat where like there's like this one video where one guy just does like every single Colossus the fastest way?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that for that?
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah.
Some of the strats, like, people just grind time trials and get absurd ways to kill these bosses that I would never try in a single segment run, but the times are just ridiculous. They just kind of fly from stab point to stab point magically, abusing the physics, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, on that one he even does a plunging attack on the
Oh, yeah.
while he's flapping the ring. It's just ridiculous. It's really good looking.
That's one bad thing about the horse. If he hits a solid wall there, he will just 180, and you gotta restart the whole run. You gotta restart the whole run. I remember the beginning and end bosses pretty well, but the middle gets a little hazy. I should be good for a while, though. So anytime you see me swimming in this game, if you hold the grab button, your character dives underwater, and it actually swims faster than just swimming on top of the water. But it uses stamina, so that's why you see me underwater like this. Also, there's anyway, out of games that I've played, there's typically not a lot of games these days that actually allow you to swim. A lot of them are just like, oh, insta kill or whatever. Like Dark Souls, you're just like, I mean, you're wearing heavy armor and stuff, but
Sometimes,
huh? Not in this speedrun. That's true. That's true. If you're completely naked,
But the thong is just too heavy.
the thong is really heavy. Yeah. Rolling is, I believe, slightly faster than running, as long as you can keep rolling for a while, kind of like Ocarina of Time. So you'll see me rolling in like very, as long as the terrain is like flat enough. If you roll off of a ledge, like you have this long fall animation that you have to recover from. Also, magically, while you're swimming, if you start to run out of stamina, you can jump straight out of the water and recover some stamina while jumping, and then just keep swimming, because that's how physics works.
Someone asked if you can give Bubbles a high five for being hot.
Me?
No,
Or anybody.
I think someone is into Bubbles.
Fair enough.
Space Toast, yeah. Give Bubbles a high five for me for being hot.
Maybe he's hot. And that's why you. I don't know.
So there's some really risky strats on this boss. There's 3 stab points, one on each wing on the very edges, and then one on the tail. And do it right and get he does a barrel roll when you stab him, and you kind of have some RNG when he barrel rolls. Let's get on
Too
there.
much Star Wars,
This is
definitely.
the most exhilarating boss.
Yeah, like look at what not the focus of the gameplay, and it's just like, wow, this game is.
Actual
Alright,
strat.
well, I'm just gonna go tail from here. Whoa!
It's tail time.
And you can actually kind of do this and scoot down the tail
Oh,
like that.
Prince of Persia.
Oh no!
No!
How did that happen? That's
In the
my
drink.
bad. All right. Well, unfortunately, see, making a simple mistake like that wastes 2 minutes on the run. So, if you're going for world record, that'd be Reset City right there.
Shimmy
I don't
City.
even know where those platforms are now. Over here.
Yeah, you're far away.
Yeah. Out of the few things in this game that are RNG, the bird's flight path is one of them. There's another flying boss, and that flight path is also RNG. Also, his turn speed is RNG, like I was saying. So, depending on how he's barrel rolling, you might need to release sooner or later when you're trying to do the wing-to-wing skip. But this is fine. Like I said, we got a good fade right there.
Is that actually a big deal, running this, like knowing when to stab and knowing if you can like fully charge or have to let go a bit earlier?
Yeah, definitely. Especially like on Gaius, like when you're on his belly, just getting like a couple of tiny stabs on there can potentially save you like an entire stab. Also, with shooting good arrows, like when you're first encountering them and stuff, that can actually prevent you from having to do an entire stab if you get his health down low enough.
Oh, that's cool.
And just being optimal, like having.
Yeah. Like if the boss has like not a full stab worth of damage left, just do like a half or a third stab.
And
or
a jump
something.
stab at the end because of the recovery time.
Mhm. Yeah, you can do jump stabs in this game, and it does the same damage as a full stab, but there is a long recovery time after you do the jump stab. I'm still going to do tail first, because that way I don't have to worry about falling off when I try to...
Shimmy?
Yeah, I thought about shimmying, but for whatever reason, the stab point for this, the hitbox, is actually like way back here, so I could probably just stab right here. Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't know, reasons. Since he's turning around a bunch. Ah. It's actually bad that I'm on the
Almost
ledge.
threw it.
Oh. Okay. It put me on the ledge so I could climb it. And this is really slow running up the tail because there's actually like wind resistance pushing you back. I could roll.
It really doesn't make any sense because you're moving the same speed as the bird. So
Well, but if there's no wind, like if his head's not fully blocking the wind, it'll be pushing me back while I'm walking on him. I'm
Ladies
pretty
and
sure.
gentlemen, we have officially hit $4,000 in donations.
Ugh. That was a little scary. He can start to like do a turn right as I get up to try and get to this sigil, and that will just ruin everything. He is flapping a lot. That's a little bit more RNG. Just depending on his flight path. Like if he's running into a cliff, he's gonna have to turn and flap and do all this. Alright.
I like how you just fall down in the cutscene. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Poor bird. Raise your Bible thumps.
Alright.
it's one of the few bosses where, or Colossi rather, where afterwards going towards the Colossus will
Yeah.
actually save time.
Yeah. There's a handy button. Holding L1 will face you toward the Colossus, no matter where it is, or face your camera, and even when it's dead. So all you have to do is hold
Mosquito?
forward L1 and R1 to dive and fly around. Yeah, go for it.
All right, here's those donations that pushed us over 4,000. $25, unknown, says having fun. $10, I'm only here so that I don't get fined. Boosted 3K. Blarg201 donated $50. $4,000 hype. Thanks for the fun and kill those animals.
He is.
$50 from unknown. Hi, I'm happy to be supporting. Oh, I know who this is. Hi, I'm happy to be supporting Child's Play. Thank you, and good luck reaching your goal from Lobos' future mother-in-law.
Oh, it's my mom.
Aww. Thanks,
Currently-
mom-in-law.
Kill the Animals is currently at $419.01. Save is at $450.69. Remember, you can help determine the outcome of Animals at the end of Super Metroid by donating.
So I think almost all of the
Obviously the
bosses
branches
in
of
this
Save the Animals.
game are... the names aren't actually in the game. I think people found them from the strategy guide and maybe other resources. But they're most, if not all, like Latin-based. The next one is Barba, which means beard in several languages. And you'll see why.
Does it say the names on the time trials?
I don't think it says on
I got the names from the art book.
You got the names from the art book? Yeah, so there's various sources, like, I don't think there's any in the game, though, that tell you what the names are. I could be wrong.
Well, there's no NPCs to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
Lizards.
No.
They're like, ah, that guy, that's Barber.
By the way, forests are terrible for aggro, which is the horse's name. We haven't given it a proper name. But we call it egg roll, or there's kind of a war to call it either egg roll or Pablo. But it's definitely egg roll.
You
I'm
triggered
sorry.
the chat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this.
Zombie Laura just straight up disrespecting my opinion right next to me on the couch.
I'm not disrespecting. It's like the emote.
So there's a lot of really awesome effects, like just like the effect of like the sunlight blocking your vision and like the cloth physics and lots of stuff that PS2, yeah, that tail.
Kinda clipping through his ass though.
Don't worry about ass clipping. That's
What else like a last one?
Do you want an egg roll?
Donation competition. Which one is it?
Oh, that would have been a good one. It's a bit too late now.
Pablo or egg roll?
Definitely Pablo.
Oops.
Nice.
Damn it.
We in there.
All right, screw it. It's faster to not climb stuff, so ideally I jump on that block and then jump onto the next one, but failure.
My mom just texted me, I like this first game.
Yeah, it's basically Barbie.
All right, so there's a really tricky strat to getting on this boss really fast. Otherwise, you have to let him chase you through this like playground, I'll call it. Let's see here. So he's gonna slam. He should. Okay, there you go. Can we get on this?
That's
Okay.
not the supposed way.
Yeah, this is totally. There's not like any necessarily official way to do this, but I'm sure this is not what they intended.
This is still not
there is
over.
one.
Hard part's still
Or yeah, sorry. There are official ways, but I guess I meant the speedrun strats are typically not
Yes.
the way that they intended you to do
Because the intended way is you like run all over to the other side
Yeah.
and hide, and then he's like looking at you and you can grab his spear.
Alright, so I need to let him shake me one more time here to set me up. And then there's this weird jump. Hopefully I can get it. No.
Oh,
That should
wait,
be
it's not
close
over.
enough. Alright.
You can
Let me get up. You can still use a lot of stamina.
There you go.
One nice thing is if you stab the boss, he'll stop doing that, doing whatever he's doing and shaking. I am in a grip spot right here, so I don't have to worry about losing stamina.
There's also the moving on this one.
I'm also stabbing him in the cutscene, which is cool. You can just do stuff in the middle of the cutscene. That should be that. Yeah, that's all the health there. I need to get a little bit more stamina before we go to his back, because I have no solid place to stand there. So I'm trying to generate a little bit of stamina. If you're getting shaken around or anything, you do not generate stamina. Alright. Also, one thing that I did not learn until, like, gosh, a couple months ago. If you're pressing to stab, you press and hold the charge button, and it charges the attack faster, which saved a lot of time on my normal runs. He's probably gonna do a back shake here, but wait, I want to stop him. See if I can get a. There we go. Good. Yeah, so by stabbing them like at the right times, you can prevent them from shaking and A, not lose a lot of stamina, and B, just get more stabs in and prevent a lot of wasted time. More tentacles entering. The character's name is Wander. Also not in the game anywhere, I think. But basically, the way the plot works, there are some NPCs who have learned about what you've done. You've stolen the sacred sword, and through cutscenes, they show you that they're traveling to this land to come stop you from doing what you're doing, and there's very good reason for that. So that was Barba number 6, and we're off to go do Hydrus number 7, which can be a pain in the butt, but we'll see. If there's any comments or donations to be made, that was a good time. It's a long run to the next one. Enjoy the scenery.
It does look very nice.
Yeah.
Especially on the PS3.
One thing I did like about Shadow of the Colossus, I think it was the first game I played that while you're running around and stuff, there's absolutely no UI. It's just super immersive. You're like, I am just a guy on a horse running around in a pretty sweet land, yo.
And the occasional stabbing of things.
And occasional stabbing of things, sure.
Like the first time I played this game, I was completely overwhelmed by the bosses.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing like any other game I played. Just you're this little guy with a sword, and there's like this big thing that tries to crush you, and you just kind of climb over it and stab it. Yeah.
And some of the bosses are they're puzzly to the point that it might take you like an hour or two to figure out just how to kill them. Once you know, it kind of trivializes it, but even without speedrun strats, like the bosses can take some time. And you have to get good at stamina management and climbing and restoring that stamina and things like that. The first time I played this game, I was working in a cyber cafe, and I would get off work, and they had a big projector with a stereo system, and they had just gotten Shadow of the Colossus, and I was like, what's this game? So I'd start playing it there on like this badass stereo system, like in a very dark room on a projector screen, and so it was just a really cool experience. And a lot of times people who are there like paying to play on the computers would just be like staring up at the screen and watching. It's a very cool game to just watch.
I have a $100 donation. It is definitely egg roll. Cheers from me, y'all too.
Yeah.
Now it has to be a bid war.
And kill the animals.
Yeah.
$5.69. Kappa, 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 kappa. Anyway, that's it. Probably from Luis. Thank you for the kappa.
Egg roll hype. Also, regardless of who wins the Super Metroid bid war, we are definitely killing all of the animals right now, so too bad. Save the Colossus %. If there was some way to wrong warp to end credits.
That would be fun. Or not. Not playing the game at all.
Yeah, not playing the game at all.
What would be fun would be if it was possible to just get to the last Colossus right away.
Oh yeah.
Because with base stamina, that would be just a pain in the butt, I feel like.
So this boss, you can see him down there. He's basically a big eel, electric eel. There is a strat right here at the beginning where I want to jump into a certain position in the water, hold my spot, and then start swimming towards that post. And what that should hopefully do is manipulate him to surface really quickly and attack at me, which allows me to get on him as soon as possible. He's rotating around.
This one can be a bitch.
It's a lot of people's least favorite.
Okay, he made the noise, so he should be coming at me. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so the normal way you do this boss is those spires on him, you can stab them each and kill them. And I think after you kill 2, he will go back underwater, and you have to get back on top of him again. But speedrun strats, you ignore the spires and just roll past all of them. I don't like that position. You take a lot of damage, and if you ultimately fail, you will die, and you have to start the fight over again. And even if you didn't die when he submerges, like that's 2 minutes and like 40 seconds, like almost guaranteed gone. So, as mentioned, there's a lot of bosses that can screw you over on time. Getting up there is not as important as getting good stabs once I'm on the head. But it definitely helps. So yeah, I'm taking 2 little ticks of damage there. To roll in this game, you press R1 and triangle, and it's kind of weird sometimes.
It's only slightly faster.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. No, it's not.
Where the hell?
About this.
I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't affect his... There's like a... I don't know exactly what determines whether or not he submerges. What is happening?
What?
How does that work?
Physics?
I'm gonna wait here. He's probably gonna submerge, but we'll see. He surprises me a lot. What I want to do is be in a good position here so that as soon as I kill that, like I can immediately start stabbing the sigil on his head. Okay, good. So we'll see. Okay, 2 more stabs and we can get him, but it's likely he'll submerge. We'll see. Oh, he's dead? Nice. So that's 1 cycle. That saves a lot of time. There is some randomness with how long he stays with his head up, and you can't always get full stabs. So if you can only get like a half stab, he wouldn't have died there, and I would have had to get a whole another stab, which risks him submerging and losing that opportunity.
Apart from the bird, it was a really good run.
Yeah.
Doesn't your PB fall on Avion?
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
so it's PB pace?
Yeah, this is potentially PB pace. Except I did mess up Quadratus. I fell off. I jumped off Quadratus, the second one, and had to shoot his foot again. But this is still a good run.
It is.
This is the scariest one for the tentacles because it's completely silent until suddenly tentacles appear.
Yeah, it's like just at the point where you think, wait, do I have to swim back? And then suddenly, bam.
Yeah.
No, senpai, run away from the tentacle monster.
8 should be Kuromori, I think, which is the basilisk lizard.
That trophy, though.
Trophy hype? Square Wave, you owe me. Okay. The next one is very, very consistent, as long as you pull off the strats correctly. It's a fairly easy boss, and quick to do. But more travel first. The thing about this run is the boss fights can be really tense, and then you get like 2 minutes of just no input, just kind of running. And so it's very much like you're panicking, and then you can relax and just kind of chill back and run.
Are you guys ready for this?
Uh-oh.
Donation?
$150 donation. Hey, dude and dudettes. Thanks for throwing such an awesome event for an awesome cause. Good luck to all the future runs. Also, wreck the animals.
Oh.
Waffle Wars, P.S. Egg roll hype.
Egg roll hype.
God damn it.
$10.69. Absolutely love the runs of AGDE so far. Keep it up. Also, save the animals to make up for all this colossal death. Bible Stone. The horse is definitely egg roll from Mr. Bluto. Kill $669.
Oh,
Save $461. 38.
Nice.
That's amazing.
I can feel the souls of animals creeping out of the Super Nintendo already. It's glorious.
Rude.
This world is a lot bigger. Like, even though it seems huge because I'm running like everywhere, I'm still running directly to bosses, and there's tons of like little side paths that I could not even tell you like where they go or like how to get other places from there. There's probably even faster ways to get to the bosses that I just don't know about. The travel time to the bosses is one thing that I have worried the least about, so it's very possible that I'm losing time by just not doing optimal routes.
Child's Play charity is helps provide games for children that are in hospitals. That is exactly what we are running for this whole weekend. So all your donations go directly to Child's Play.
There's some RNG right here. If a fish decides to get near me, there's a mechanic where you can grab onto a fish. And there's an achievement to hold onto a fish for a minute, I think. There's a fish. He's creeping. Fish. He also grabs it from very far away. Oh, he's turning away. Fish. Okay, good. All right.
As we know, everyone does all achievements in this game. Speedruns. But there's also a lot of other side stuff you can do other than just killing Colossus. Like there's these lizards you can like kind of shoot and kill.
The fruit.
The fruit, yeah.
Yeah, they're lizards and fruit, and those. Oh, there's me falling off the ledge. They increase your maximum health or stamina if you eat them, and they're kind of scattered throughout, so you can go hunt them. The lizards kind of have a pattern to where they are, but the fruit, you just gotta look in trees and find them.
And then there's also the temple to climb, which does absolutely nothing, but it looks super cool.
Yeah, the main temple that you spawn in, like, you used to be able to climb it really easily in the PS2 version with some like stamina jumping abuse, but they actually fixed it in the PS3, so you need to get to like New Game Plus 2 maybe to get enough stamina to climb it. Okay, so we're about to trigger Kuromori. What I'm going to do, he's a lizard that is stuck in this big like tower. I'm going to whistle, and that gets his attention, and he climbs up to come find me. While he's doing that, I run down to an opening over here. It's kind of slow. Right, yeah, he climbs up, and then we got to snipe his feet, which will make him fall. Get out of the way. Oh, this is bad. Oh my gosh, wow. Normally I like pro snipe him MLG every time, but I'm gonna blame this TV. Jump stab it right. No fall damage hype, because I don't know reason. And this boss, he stays grounded longer, like the farther he falls. So as long as you get him like from really high up, you should be able to one round him. And here I only need like a 1/3 stab or so. And I don't do repeated jump stabs for the reasons I stated before. Oh, this is gonna be really close. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, it didn't do the damage. And he can actually kill you if he rolls on top of you like this. Yeah, so that's bad. Like I said, this boss is really easy, so obviously it would go wrong in a marathon. The reason I couldn't one-round him is because he, like, climbs down a little bit. So now I need to get him to climb slightly up higher, just enough for one stab, so not too far, but I think this should be good. He's got some other attacks, like he can... Is he climbing over there? He's climbing up right here. Okay. He can spit this, like, poison gas cloud that is really bad.
I always thought of him as a skunk because of this.
Oh, a skunk. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. So yeah, it's faster to jump stab the very last hit because you don't have to wait for the animation. It just goes straight into the cinematic. Rip Basilisk. No, I was just checking the viewer account.
Yeah, you're getting them, man.
2008.
Woot!
Yeah, just appeared for me too.
Good year. Good year.
Wall scaler.
Obama into office that
I
year.
want you to refresh the donations. I refreshed the
Twitch page.
Just because me and Bubbles are on the couch, basically.
Well, person.
Bubbles are
Yeah.
definitely right.
Imagine you being like full on camera.
Yeah.
We'd be at like 5k viewers.
Chat wouldn't even look at the game.
I believe 9 is Basaran, the turtle. If anybody knows otherwise, feel free to correct me.
Anyone
In fact, if you want to bring up the boss list just in case,
Alright.
it wouldn't hurt.
Alright.
Cheater! Well, I use the splits every time, so whatever. I always cheat this. No, I'm good.
Let me check.
Don't
this
matter.
wiki, I guess.
I know
There
I'm
we
on
go.
sub 2 pace.
9 is better.
Buster, and then Dirge, then Slow. Okay. Just leave it open.
Also,
just in
it
case.
also checks that you have aggro for the fight.
Oh.
Wow, this is like casual guide 5000.
So Suchin is search in German.
Suchen. With that nice loud that nobody can do.
Everybody's like, I gotta try it.
And before everybody can do it.
Well, say suchen.
Suche.
Ah.
Nailed it.
No.
That is. Oh my god, he nailed that. I'm not gonna give him the
Damn
props.
it. He
Well,
knows German.
I let Chad decide if you nailed that because you didn't at all.
Oh.
It was pretty bad.
Called out.
That's like
Called out.
It's just bias confirmation.
So this boss is one of the most frustrating on a first playthrough because once you even figure out how to kill him, it's absurdly annoying to position the boss, and like there's like a timer that you have to work with or work against, I guess. But there are some cool speed strats I'm going to try. Normally what it is, there's these geysers that are activating. You pull the boss over the geysers and it kind of unbalances him, and then you can shoot his feet and he'll flip over. But instead of that, I'm going to try and jump on him right from the beginning. We'll see. I have to wait for him to start shooting laser beams at me, because that's what turtles do.
Just like a real turtle.
No, don't do that. And a miss, so that's okay. Doesn't waste a whole lot of time. I still like will pull him out of here.
You only kills your horse.
Well, if your horse runs the hell away, then yeah.
Pablo!
Fine.
Pablo!
Egg roll! Egg roll.
Aggro.
The problem is right now I think he's going to turn around, which can be very annoying. Also, he's going to step on me.
Jesus Christ.
Who cares? Who cares about big colossi stepping on you?
Yeah, the actual strats for this boss are you're gonna do the
Yeah, I gotta do the normal strats for this boss.
Just do it.
I'm gonna shoot him because sometimes he forgets about you and will just stay in his hole forever. But now he should know. Okay. So what I want to do is kite him in a straight line, kind of over this geyser, so that he'll position himself and then we do our thing as needed. Where's that guy? Oh. So, see, there's the problem of, yes, I got him over the geyser, but no, now he is not, like, the geyser's not active, so it's not going to stagger him there. So I have to either hold him there or, like, just completely give up on that geyser and try and move to a new one. It depends on how he turns.
This one looks good.
I think he should be in an okay spot. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, he's gonna be like, whoa, whoa. And then you're like, I'm gonna shoot your feet. 'Cause I'm Legolas. So I can fix this guy. Whoa, 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 camera.
Nice camera.
And this is the first boss, ready? Where I really felt like a massive sense of scale when that boss flips over and the camera shake is just ridiculous. Also, has not been mentioned yet somehow, but the soundtrack to this game is brutally amazing. And yeah, soundtrack is just Craigasm.
They did a really good job on this game.
Yeah.
Just masterpiece.
This is one of the few games I will call a masterpiece. So I want to hold on to this so when he flips over, I don't have any issues. Like I said, as long as you're holding R1 and you're in a grip spot, you will not get shaken off. So I just hold on to that, wait for him to straighten out. There we go. And once again, to prevent getting like shaken around a lot, I'm going to spam jump. If you hold the grip button while you're like not on a grabby surface, the character will just kind of kneel, and he has a lot more stability there. So this boss can totally just throw you off his back if you're not careful. And you have to do everything over again. And now he's gonna do this stuff. This is one of the few bosses you can't really get like a good spot and not worry about being shaken. You just have to stab once in between every ability he does. He does have a side-to-side shake, which you can avoid being shaken on, but trying to get that position is not worth it because you can just be getting stabbed this whole time instead. Yeah, so now he's doing side shakes.
he's getting creative on shapes.
One more should do it. Yeah. And this game will trick you because the Colossus will be coming to a halt and not shaking anymore. And then suddenly he does like a little tiny shake while you're charging up your stab. And that stops your stab. And then by the time you try to charge another full stab, he's already started doing the next shake. And so you just waste tons of time.
There was a segmented like IL strat for this, like back in PS2 when they were trying to TAS it. There's like a geyser near where he spawns originally, and when you're on aggro's back standing on it, you can jump off aggro, and then when aggro gets hurt by the geyser, then you can jump off aggro's head and then make it to his mouth.
Wow.
And then you can get up to his head really fast.
That's amazing.
It's so hard.
The fastest IL I've seen, the guy just immediately runs at him, jumps onto his knee, and then he raises his leg, and the guy does a diagonal jump straight to the head sigil and just starts stabbing. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know how many times you have to try to get that to work.
And there's a few like those on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, then look those up after the run, of course.
After the whole marathon.
Yeah, you think I'm good at
just
killing
keep
these
it in
Colossi? Look up individual level runs of Shadow of the Colossus, or just time trials, and you'll see a ton of crazy stuff. The next boss is probably the creepiest of all, because of his eyes, and you'll see. His name is Dirge.
Oh yes, it is. Those names don't even tell me anything, but you know what they're talking about. It's alright. Can you actually grab onto the birds as well?
You can grab onto the birds. There is an achievement for holding onto a bird for a minute, I believe it is. Yeah.
Well, if you get really bored, you can do that, I guess.
Everybody's always like, is there a pro like bird strat to just take you straight to a Colossus? To my knowledge, no, but I can't say for sure. I've never tried it really. Like maybe if it could carry you over a mountain and just boom, there you go.
The only strat someone thought of would be for the second Colossus.
Oh,
because the bridge just leads you straight to him anyway.
Right. So I'm passing all these little like huts. Those are save points. You can actually go and like save there, and those typically will always house a lizard with a white tail, which is the ones that you kill for your stamina bar. There's regular lizards like this one up here, but he doesn't have a white tail, so nobody cares about him.
You're actually just eating the tail.
Yeah. When you do kill them, or you don't even necessarily have to kill them. I think you can knock off their tail and they still survive. But
I don't know.
But yeah, their tail is what gives you the stamina boost.
It's a strange land.
Besides, lizards will just grow their tails back. So that's hype. This is one of those bosses where I'm like, I go in this direction. That's probably the fastest way. And I have no idea. Also, sometimes I'll be like, oh, there's a random cliff here. I can't go this way. And then aggro will decide to turn 90 degrees to the left.
How hard is it to remember all the locations for all the Colossi?
The locations are not too hard to memorize. The order is, but like, I mean, definitely the first time I was running it, I'd be like, I think this is where he is. And then I'd get lost for like 10 minutes and be like, I should go back and watch where
Yeah, you were talking about that earlier. You don't have your splits, so you're like,
yeah.
I think that guy's next.
Luckily, we pulled up some cheat strats via the interwebs. Shoutouts to the interwebs.
Yeah, they are really helpful on this run.
Tool assisted.
We should be donating to interwebs.com.
Just change the donation.
Shadow of the Colossus just got through the first round of cuts for Summer Games Done Quick.
Nice.
Oh, it turned out today.
Well, it's tomorrow.
Or
I think.
today, yeah.
Technically, today, yeah.
This boss is one of the first that really gives you a different,
Yeah.
like, requires a different tactic for killing the boss. So you'll bang your head against it trying to kill it the similar, like, way that you've killed other bosses. But there's just some neat tactics to figure out about him. Yeah. So this is a giant sandworm, and you're like, well, I can't jump on this thing. He's all scaly. Like, how am I supposed to hurt it? And the trick is, he chases you, and while he's chasing you, the camera will kind of lead you on and rotate. Oh, I might be too far. But he opens his creepy, creepy eyes. Eventually. I got him. He didn't even open his eyes. Like, that was frame perfect. Okay,
Sub-pixel.
I've actually been screwing this up a lot, but it's very easy to mess up, but it's also very easy to get, in my opinion. Normally, he's got 2 sigils on his back, and you can kill him in 1 round by basically each sigil has slightly more than 50% of his full health. Let me see that. Dang, not that. So what I want to do is, yeah, that should be good. That looks good. Basically, what you want to do is like 51% of his health to 1 sigil, but like, for example, maybe the sigil breaks at 53% like of his health. So now if I can do 51% here, that totals 100% of his health, and he will not reburrow. I think this is good though. Yeah.
Why not a jump stab in that hospital?
I used to try jump stabbing him, but sometimes his back will just do this, and then you fly off of him.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's probably not worth
It's a
it.
marathon, yeah.
Yeah. Especially since it just need like a one-third or quarter stab for that last hit. It's not very long.
I mean, those must hurt like a bitch, but they take you back to the temple, so we're
Yeah.
not complaining. It's saving time.
I believe next is Celosia,
Let me check.
the first small one.
Yes, Colossus. The first small one. Is that the...
It's the torch one.
It even has Ignis in his name.
Oh.
I don't let a name.
Yeah.
Someone says
Oh.
that's probably his best boss.
Who's best boss?
Yours, like the one you're best at.
Which one?
Sand guy.
Oh, Sand Guy? Me?
Yeah.
No, I've been screwing that guy up a lot lately. Honestly, probably the last 6 times I've run this game, my PB doesn't have a 1-round dirge kill, for example.
What
I
is-
used to be really consistent at it, and then randomly just stopped being good at it.
What is your PB, by the way?
My PB is really bad. It's like 147, I think. My sum of best, though, is like 133. So to get all of these strats really narrowed down in 1 run is like a miracle. For me, anyways. I'm horribly inconsistent.
Because it's not like that kind of run where it's like 3 or 4 strats where it's like this can lose or save 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like every boss
Yeah.
has a strat that loses or saves 3 minutes.
And it's very easy to ruin even the easy strategies, as I showed off before with that easy boss.
And the thing with
Not
that
easy.
is you usually only get 1 shot in a certain time frame.
Yeah.
And if you mess it up, then you have to wait for like 2 minutes to get another chance.
Pretty.
So there's these giant beams of light, and those actually shine down where you've killed Colossi already. If you go back there, you'll see like the remains of the Colossus, and it's kind of like moss and stuff has accumulated on the corpse, and you can go and kneel in front of the corpse, and like it goes back to it. It basically does a time trial fight, but it does it in like a grainy film like filter, so it's kind of like in the past. Pretty cool.
Don't spoil it, Kaylee.
There's a cool strat for getting down to this boss. Normally you have to like climb down this super zigzaggy ramp that goes into this really like deep crater, but you can just jump because fall damage is pretty trivial in this game, as you've seen a couple times. But you will especially learn that here.
That lighting though.
Yeah, the lighting. Ah, sometimes aggro turns away like super early. I use this wedge as a guide. There you go.
Ooh.
Like that's like half my health. And I fell like 100 feet. No big deal.
This next guy's adorable.
This is the first Colossus. It's like small. And there's a trick to him that, once again, it's kind of hard to figure out if you're playing him the first time. He's afraid of fire, and so you notice that when you first make him hit that. Pick this up. Uh-oh. Oh no. This is actually really bad. I didn't even pick up the stick yet. But this boss really loves to stun lock you. So I'm gonna like run away over here and hope that. Oh god. Jesus. I'm gonna try and kite him over there so he'll like busy himself over there. I'm gonna go grab the stick. He might charge me, but as long as I pick it up. In fact, I can just go light it here. It's gonna be really slow, but. Alright, so I light it. He's afraid of fire. Back up, dude.
He doesn't know it yet.
Now he has to back all the way over there. Normally you light this at the
You
second
can smack
one.
him in the head.
You can smack him in the head?
Yeah, right now.
Does it make him faster?
Yeah, totally.
Uh-huh. He does paw you if you get too close, so that's why I'm keeping my distance.
Well, we won't even smack him.
I'm not gonna smack him.
What's the worst that could happen?
Lose time. Die. That's cool. I regen all that fall damage because that's how life works.
I think this game is actually as bad as it was in
No. We're gonna go to the beginning of the game.
Deaths, if you're on the way to a boss, are terrible because it takes you all the way back to the temple. Like, I've fallen off a waterfall on the way to the next Colossus, like, a couple of times, and it wastes like 3.5 minutes.
Step alright.
No, I want a good position.
That G spot.
Oh no, 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 no. Falling off this Colossus is terrible!
Back up, rock.
Oh. So now I'm just gonna try and get to some higher ground
Good fight so far.
and hope I can jump on top of him.
You smacked him with the stick.
Come back. Come back.
RNG manipulation.
Yeah, I should have smacked him with the stick. Come over here. Be mad at me.
What a show.
I think I need to get on the ground, otherwise he's not gonna be able to reach me. Oh.
I'm just gonna run in circles.
Yep, problem with the knockdown is this long period of, well, knockdown. Come over here! Oh my god.
What a dick.
These bosses are terrible if you do not get on top of them. I'm not sure if I can just wait here. Oh my god.
Completely forgets about you.
Yeah.
Just
Hi.
starts playing.
No, he's above me now. Oh, let me get above him real quick. Camera, you're not helping. No, stop charging there. Charge at me, bro. This is really bad.
There
Okay,
we
I need
go.
it. No, 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 no. Didn't even do damage to me, but oh look, hi.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
he's
Wait, he still didn't do damage to me.
Ronda's just playing dead at this point.
Just
Go away, please.
PP pace. Don't worry. Okay. Let me try and take my time here. Need to get into a good grip spot. Let's see if it'll let me. Boss is so easy to fall off. So the way that I determine the grip spot is the animation when Wander grabs, like that. Oh, that looks good. There's like a smooth animation if it's good, like that. That's perfect right there. That fluidly slows him, like, or shows him grab the boss. And there's another animation that makes him just instantly like grab, and that's bad. So if he does like the grab thing or another fluid animation, like that's usually a good spot.
I want that to be a GIF on my desk by my Lobos.
I'm sure there's already gifts of me doing that.
We got a
should be good on
$50
the rest.
donation. Noodle legs for Carl. And doing a great job for charity.
Carl. That
Carl.
kills people, Carl.
I got the rumblies in my tummy.
That only hands can
Only
satisfy.
hands can satisfy.
So is the Dark Soul run gonna have the shield with Colossus facing?
I don't think. I mean, we could.
I don't know.
Do you even get crest shield?
Well, now.
Yeah, no, that's not in the route.
Grab
Oh,
him, actually.
yeah,
I'm
grab
gonna
him
get
in.
the East-West shield. has the best painting on it anyways. It's like half an eagle or something.
I heard Louis was telling me about the idea of everybody in the room controlling one switch of like a controller.
No, that's not possible.
Yeah, I know it's not possible, but like one person has like the
That-
roll button, one person
wasn't
has the
that-
walking.
Nega who said it?
I don't remember. Louis was telling me on the car ride here that they had the idea.
Oh yeah,
Someone-
yeah, we were talking about it earlier before we arrived.
That everybody in the room shares a controller for a Dark Souls run, where we all like we can each control one input on the controller. So somebody had, someone has like I think they have them.
They did do Twitch Plays Dark Souls. It was terrible. So we didn't really talk about it before, but Zombie and I decided that after his run, we were going to do a 2 players, 1 controller, all bosses deck speed run. So.
Yeah, we don't know about Dex yet.
Oh, we don't know about decks. Well,
might
if
get a-
it's Grapple Mage, you gotta tell me where to go. Cause
No, not Travel Match. I was thinking we're just going for Black Knight weapons.
oh, okay. Yeah, if we go for like Black Knight weapon and then.
And if we don't get any, then we're just gonna go Dex route, all manly and stuff, and fuck up royally and.
That's gonna be really bad. So be sure to watch it.
We're basically gonna be streaming that until the next day.
Yeah,
of
that's
streaming
gonna
starts
take like
because
5 hours.
We're not
probably.
gonna get done anytime soon.
So this is the boss that there's this very simple jump that for some reason for me is so easy to mess up, and like all this time running I would have to do it again if I fell. You just jump in, like there's this little ledge that you shimmy across the waterfall, and it's it is deceivingly hard to grab the ledge if you are trying to go fast, especially. If you go slow, it's not bad. Also, egg, please. Egg roll.
Such a troll jump.
Yeah. Like right here, I used to jump off the horse onto this ledge all the time and be like, cool, no problem. Okay, there. If you miss that jump, boom, you fall down the waterfall, and you have to run that entire way again. We got some swimming to do. Huh? Turtle? I call him like water buffalo. I don't know. He's like a...
Yeah, 'cause
He's
this is
a
like
thing.
a water buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the water, and he's like a buffalo.
With a tooth in his head.
Or a hippo or something. I don't know. This boss is really weird. Another one where you're like, what the hell? What do I do with this boss?
I know my first time beating this guy was taking forever until I like finally even found where the spot is. I mean, I don't think we mentioned that with your sword you can actually see where the weak spots of the Colossi are
Oh, yeah.
when you like point it at them.
Yeah. In addition to finding where the Colossi are, if you point them at the Colossi, then you can see where their weak spot is. And on this one, it's like on his belly, so you're like, I don't know where the sigil is to stab him.
Yeah, even if you're using the sword, most of the times you're not gonna know where it is because his head is like in front of it.
Yeah.
for most of
So
the
you're like,
time.
oh,
kind of
it's
crawling to the water.
It's on his neck, or it's on his feet.
And then you get up and then you're like, what the fuck is this?
This boss has fairly consistent strats, as long as you, well, pull them off correctly. Basically, you have to get him to be angry with you, which requires shooting him. And then he'll shoot once, and then he will jump up and try and get you. And during that jump up, you can grab onto his head. Like that. I wait for him to stop moving before I try to get back up. There you go. Just secure a spot on his head. And the teeth here on his head, you actually use to steer the boss. But this tooth will not appear until he finishes this animation here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't load. So what you need to do is you guide the Colossus to these platforms.
I also don't
Logic.
ask why he has got teeth on his
Yeah.
head.
This can be really tricky because, yeah, you can be shaking when you go to jump that. And the way this game works, if you press jump and your character's like rolling around, it will just eat that input and nothing will happen. So you have to very confidently press jump and hold it to get like a high or a good distance on your jump. and committing to it can sometimes ruin your plans. So if you let go right as you do the second stab there, it kind of flings you off, and that gives you time to get positioned right here. And I kind of figured this out on my own, but since I'm positioned right behind the rock, as long as I get a shot right as he's shooting at the beginning here, as I come out of the cutscene, that will count towards his, like, I'm angry and shooting at you phase. So he'll just immediately rise up on you again. It doesn't matter, right? It's damage. Now he should. And that saves a lot of time. Kind of getting to do that again.
These kind of consistent AI patterns are what makes fighting these Colossus like possible, that there's no RNG to it.
Yeah. If there was like RNG on all this, I would never run this game. It would be infuriating as hell. So if you didn't notice, he actually destroys that platform, so we have to guide him to another one. He does start kind of wandering on his own. No pun intended. So you gotta guide him back to these other platforms. Then you basically do the same thing and he dies. But this jump to the platform is deceivingly difficult, especially when he's like shaking you around like this. You can always do one shot and then he'll jump up. Of course, sometimes, like on one of my runs, he just decided to completely turn the other way and walk for like 45 seconds and then come jump up here.
I see what you're doing, I'm just going
Yeah. So as long as I grab the chest here and get the stab, that's pretty much an optimal kill right there. That is. On the PlayStation 2, there is a strat where you can one-round him, but I've never even tried that, and I don't know what goes into it. So.
I don't think I've ever done at least 2 cycles this course.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the new breaks
If you, oh, there's 3 up. And he also won't break it if he's not at half health. You can screw up one cycle because if you stab in a spot that's not the sigil, that counts as a stab. And then the second stab you do, he'll just like re-submerge, and you have to get back up. So that was 12 Pelagia. Next is my favorite, Phalanx, which is the largest Colossus in the game. Largest overall size. The last boss of the game is the tallest, but this is the largest
By mass.
by mass. There's actually a cool scale, like to scale image of all the Colossi on Google Images, if you just Google it. And it shows all the bosses like next to each other and compares their size and stuff, and it looks really cool too. Okay, and Pelagia's over in the desert, so. Over this way.
Jesus, I'm getting tired right now.
It's been a long day for Zuby.
Oh yes. For bubbles as well though, that's not.
Planes.
Yeah, planes! We love trains.
Planes, yeah.
Planes. See, I was gonna say trains there. That's how tired I am.
We love boats.
Subways.
That's all we do with bubbles and
Sub hype.
Itchy nose hype, honestly.
you always have that.
I have itchy nose. People constantly ask me to make an emote of the nose. I totally like understand why I should,
Just a nose.
but I'm
That's
still like
great.
hesitant. Yeah, just a nose, a giant nose, and be like itchy nose, or maybe a finger scratching the nose.
Finger in the nose.
Finger in a nose, yeah.
It's
well, I mean,
itching
not
from
people.
the inside.
Yeah.
I have to scratch it.
Oh, these forests are the worst. Auto horse will like be like, oh, there's a tree slightly to my right. Let me do a U-turn to the left and to get away from it, and just run into
Would
another
be great
tree.
if auto horse just like you go into the forest and you just come out the same way again. For the
Yeah.
trees, you just
I've totally done an entire 180. I'm just like. Also, this spot right here will like always slow the horse down. I don't know what to do about it. Right here, he's like, I'm gonna go slow.
it's the sun. He's like,
It's the
"Oh,
sun.
I think he purposely slows down there to reduce lag because you're actually summoning this whole fighting scene.
Hmm. It's very possible.
Oh, bubbles with the explanation. There.
Yeah. Pro AI strats. All right, so this Colossus has 3 sacks on his underbelly. You puncture the sacks, which is really kind of gross, but you do it, and then he kind of lowers himself down and makes himself vulnerable. But he's a giant flying boss. Go. Go, horse. Go. Go.
And go.
There you go.
I don't want to be nitpicky, but what is in those sacks that he's flying with them but not
Sperm.
flying
Sacks are full of black gas, and I don't know what else.
But where does he get it again when he's...
I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
So this is another boss that has multiple stab points, but you can one-cycle him if you don't deal full damage to all the points. Similar to Dirge. And this is probably the most difficult jump, even though it looks easy as crap. 3D perspective makes it really difficult to jump on the sides of these wings sometimes. He also changes like velocity a lot, and if you're not at the right angle, you'll just jump and you'll be like, oh, I was nowhere near that.
I'm rather certain that...
Okay.
Okay.
See, I made that, and then Wander
that-
decided to stand on it as if it was a solid platform,
Out of your hands.
and then roll off. So.
I'm rather certain that multiple PS2s, PS3s, and TV screens have died to that jump. Because it's just the best jump in the game.
Like that was as good of a jump as I could ask for, and the game just said, nah, that's probably horizontal enough to count as a valid platform. Now this pathing is actually RNG. You can go different directions. This is gonna be really tough. I hate. Yeah. See, I don't know where the hell I was.
Egg roll.
Egg roll. Egg roll. See, it's totally egg roll.
Definitely
How is that Pablo?
Egg roll.
Definitely not
Come
Pablo.
on, it's Pablo.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
know
Pablo.
how you would appease.
We have like $300 devoted to determining that it is Pablo.
That's
I mean,
not even a
egg
thing.
roll.
bias
If
because
we
they
made
like
that
you.
a thing before the LR raid, it would have gotten like 3k. Pablo.
See, I don't know where he's going. I gotta try and get ahead of him though. I think he's gonna turn right. Yes. You don't want to go directly at it because that's very difficult to judge the jump. Something like this is the best.
Is he the same speed as the horse? Or?
He's a little bit slower, so you can.
Yeah, okay. Looks like it.
Okay, this will work. This will work as long as he doesn't go into the sand. Okay, yeah. He'll lift up and then I can climb up. It's not the fastest because you can climb up to like the edge there.
Someone asked what was last year's total race.
Whoa, what? Where am I? Oh, okay.
You're on the Colossus.
Oh my god. Okay,
You know that,
straighten
Logos?
out. Straighten out.
How much we raised last
Alright, how many?
Oh, we raised just
500
over
for that
$5,000. Let me. Okay, so one full stab and then one like 90% stab. That should do it. You can do that at 3 sigils. This is my favorite part of the boss, like while you're traveling down him, because you can just see like in the distance, like holy shit, this boss is like a mile of beastly Colossus. Getting a grip spot on this isn't like super necessary, but it helps. This might not be a good stab spot. No, it's good. This boss is much easier to do than Dirge, if you ask me. If you kill a sigil, the boss will do a barrel roll, and then he'll close his flaps and submerge, and then he'll regenerate his sacks, and you have to do the whole thing over again, so this saves a lot of time.
Don't ask me how he regenerates.
Yeah, I don't know how
Basically
he...
under the sand.
Jump snap?
Yeah, I can jump stab here. Woohoo! Okay,
Oh.
and that hit
Oh,
not...
with the fake out. You knew that.
Come on!
I need to actually run up.
This guy right here.
There you go.
Hashtag blame bubbles.
Hashtag blame bubbles. This is another one that, well, pretty much all the bosses you can feel bad about killing.
I mean, I do feel bad about killing them, but I also ask myself, how the hell was Brenda survive?
Like, were they
Turn
just
this-
gonna keep, like, swimming around in the sand forever?
I guess.
Like, they're pretty much immortal unless that sword could kill them in their sigil.
Yeah.
So, I'd rather get killed instead of just being immortal.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, if you don't have enough of a brain to, like, comprehend that you're, like, doing this boring shit, just, like, stuck in this one spot, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you care about where you are, or...
It's like that first Colossus. He's just walking around in that valley.
Yeah, like, he could be perfectly happy, just like, oh, I'm going for my morning walk.
What if he was going grocery shopping and you just like...
Just like,
Up in the crate.
Or he was on his way to visit another Colossus, you don't know that.
like Avion's like ahead of him in the aisle, and he's like, oh, you always take forever.
Exactly.
Alright, this is another boss that has an absurd strat, kind of like Phaedra. It's actually not as absurd in my opinion. I've gotten a lot better at it. But it's another one that I practice and practice and practice and practice, and I just never got more consistent at it, so I just give up now. I'm like, well, if I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it. Practice it or not. This is another small dog-like one, though. His name is Zenobia? Celosia? Celosia. Zenobia.
Oh, I'm sorry about the yawning.
That's okay.
This is not you being.
It's just a really boring.
This
I
is
know.
just.
No, really, like this part, like running from boss to boss is pretty relaxing. So I can
Oh.
totally see how you're just like, horsey.
No, I'm just balls tired right now.
Yeah.
This is actually one of my favorite games to watch speedruns of. Like I don't speedrun this myself, but I love watching this.
So I used to go this one way to this boss, and then I, kind of like I was mentioning before, I just tried another route and was like, oh, that's like 30 seconds faster. So I wonder how many other bosses there are that have faster routes.
When you actually try, you can save time.
I know, when you try, you can save time. Isn't that weird? Like, I don't know. I thought I would just save time by not even trying.
Trying
Just
to-
keep playing
That's,
the
that's
game.
Ella strats.
He's insanely skilled at speedruns, yeah. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
He's so much better than me at Dark Souls, and he plays it
Oh,
like
yeah.
once a week. And I'm like grinding the shit out of that
People
game.
are always like, Lobo's amazing speedrunner. I'm like, these guys have like 10-minute faster times, and in speedrunning, that is absurd, so.
2.5 hour Link to the Past world record.
Oh, God. That was amazing. This time's like 30 minutes behind world record already. I don't know if you saw that tweet. It was amazing. Anyways.
Like, Twitch gave you a
tweet.
Twitch gave you a shout out for doing Link to the Past.
Yes.
I was surprised. I mean, you deserve the shout out, definitely, but you play the game like once a month, maybe?
When
I
they
hadn't
go-
played that game for like a year and a half.
Oh,
And
all that. See,
Yeah.
that's how much I know.
but that's the thing. They tweeted it, and then somebody was like, "Oh, he's already 30 minutes behind world record at that point." And I was
Really?
like, "Okay, I haven't played this game in a year and a half. Thank you
When
for
they
judging
don't
me."
shout out Jaden, Andy, or Cypher, or
Yeah, just shout out people who play this game every day. Exactly.
Yeah.
My opinion. I was just surprised, like, it seems like such a random thing to do.
Yeah,
For-
like
for
I don't
your
know why they
channels.
shouted me out for playing Link to the Past. I'm like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, I don't even like. I like the game, but
If they didn't call you speedrunner, probably people wouldn't have bitched at it. I mean,
Yeah.
you are a speedrunner.
I
but
should've
you're
just
not
left
Link
the
to
timer
Past
off.
speedrunner.
I'm playing Link to the Past.
That's
My
like a-
title was even bad speedrun, and they're just like, this awesome speedrun. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
That's like
I'm
a.
just fanning the flames.
That's like a Kotaku article. 'cause
Yeah.
you're like, sweet publicity, and you're like, oh wait, no, they all. Have
Nah. Kotaku approved, man.
it. Yeah.
That's
I've got the badge.
when you make it in life.
Jeez, I still have to get there. Maybe with this marathon, they're gonna be like, look, that scrub play video games.
We got a $10 donation. Gotta donate before my favorite boss, Zenobia. What a fun fight, awesome music, and great game. An egg roll at the end, so sad.
Jesus Christ.
Save the animals for egg roll.
Awesome. There's another slow down spot for the horse. Woohoo!
Swan dive, 10 points.
Occasionally he'll just do that. Like sometimes he does a perfectly normal jump, but sometimes he just fucking
He's working so
Mighty
hard on
Morphin
those
Power
nuggets.
Rangers flips it off.
Which one's Zenobia?
Tiny Colossus number 2.
Little
So this
dick.
boss, the normal strategy involves this like big, I'm gonna call it a playground again, where you like run around and like shoot him and make him mad, and he'll knock down a pillar, which will create a bridge to another pillar that you climb up and make him mad, and he creates another bridge and all this stuff. But and he's like this tiny armored colossus that you're not supposed to do anything with yet. But you can cleverly use his hitbox temporarily to make a jump and skip all of that stuff by just grabbing like a lip on one of the pillars. So we're gonna try and do that real quick.
This is probably my favorite strat.
It's an amazing strat. It saves so much time because running around like an idiot for 2 minutes is just boring.
Or rather, my favorite consistent strat. Because there's.
I wish it was consistent. Yeah. Jumping to him is like really hard.
There's one little minor thing that I'm gonna do here. First of all, I'm gonna go up here, trigger him. We're gonna jump to this like canal that leads to the final pillar. This is an example of one of the pillars. When I land here, I'm gonna roll and then whistle. Oops, out of that. The whistle actually brings your character to maximum run speed immediately, which minor time save, but you know it's one of those things that you learn in a speed run and it's kind of interesting. Now, RNG can bring him over before I'm in a good position, but this is cool. So. All right, first time to do this is like the easiest. So let me just try it. There's actually some RNG. You want him to turn towards the pillar because that actually creates a platform with his shoulder that you can use to jump off. There you go.
Nice.
So there you go.
Not even.
Yeah, and that can be extraordinarily aggravating to get. He'll bash his head into that once. You piss him off.
It's funny to see you get up here though and then mess it up. So.
We are at 2,100 viewers.
A viewer for every heart.
So this is one of the times that you can actually move during a cutscene, but it's really dangerous with all this debris falling. So I'm gonna wait here for a second and then jump in and start moving towards.
It hurt like a bitch getting.
Yeah, because you can get knocked back like away from where you're trying to go and be stuck on the ground for like 5 seconds, and then the boss can come over and stun lock you. There's also some RNG here where the boss sometimes just chills. Oh no, he's here, perfect. Thank you.
He's like,
This,
stop doing that. He's like,
Oh.
this guy can actually stand up.
Yeah.
You
So
can't get
there might be. I can't move in this cutscene, and geometry might fall on me, but it's okay. Let's see. Oh, so I can move. Yeah, he's just stuck in there. It's
just
okay, though.
like in real life.
So now all that stuff falls on his back and reveals his safe spot, or his weak spot. And now I'm stuck. I just jump out. No big deal. And then this guy's nuts. Oh my god.
Strats.
Okay. Call him up. This guy's not the most intelligent, so you can just kind of chill like on this pillar, and he's like, "Oh, get off that pillar, baby! I'm gonna get." Oh, and now there he goes. Now I want to get a grip spot really quickly, otherwise. Nope.
yeah.
There, that should be good right there.
Took him a little while to
Because he
realize-
shakes a lot.
Took him a little while to realize that he actually didn't kill him.
Yeah, so like this whole time, like if you don't have this spot, he would just shake you around and you can't do anything. Oftentimes, like my first playthrough, you'll get on his back and then you'll just sit here trying to stab and you'll lose all your stamina and have to get on him like several more times just to kill him. But knowing those spots saves a lot of time. And that was a good snow kill.
Ideal thing.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I messed up the jump like once or twice, but
One,
other than that, pretty good.
one thing worth pointing out as well is if you look at one as hair here, it gets darker every time he gets like impaled by those things, and his face changes too, I think.
Yeah. We're gonna hit spoiler territory now, so be warned
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't know about the story. But basically,
gonna
giving
tell you
time
right
for
now.
mutes, giving time for headphones off, whatever. As I said before, you made a deal with a deity to resurrect your girly friend by killing these 16 colossi. And what the NPCs that are coming to stop you know that you don't is that this deity was once an evil being that was trapped in. He was kind of stashed away and separated into 16 parts and placed in these colossi. And when you kill them, the tentacles going into you is actually a portion of the colossi of that deity kind of reforming. So as the game goes on, Wander's appearance gets worse and worse and deteriorates to a point where he looks very sickly. And then something might happen with that at the end of the game.
And that's exactly why this place doesn't have any mirrors. Otherwise he would notice.
Two bosses left. Argus and Malice.
Gonna go for the quick Argus.
I'll try the quick Argus. I very rarely get it, but I always try, so.
I love Argus 1 because it was named 2, just like
Yeah, Argus is like a giant man gorilla.
He's
And-
like the it's like the first Colossus but bigger.
Yeah, pretty much. He has a pretty complicated, like, intended strategy to get on him, but if we can skip that, it saves a lot of time.
I think he's also called like the first one's called the old Minotaur, and this one's called the Minotaur, or the other way around, something like that. I think they're at least they're kind of similar. You can see that.
I was wondering where Fieldy was. She said she was making chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah,
Chicken
wasn't that like an hour ago?
Yeah, she probably ate them all.
I was gonna
Oh, 10 minutes ago. Well, they're probably still cooking then.
I could go for some nuggets right now.
I hope she made all of them because
Yeah,
they're
like-
gonna
We
disappear.
did, yeah.
Oh, nice, cool.
Oh, thank you.
Itchy nose is.
Like how many would that be?
12.
It was like 12 portions or something like that, or
150?
no, I think it was 16. 16 portions. So for whatever chicken nugget company decides as one like full meal for somebody, or a portion of chicken for somebody.
Yeah.
So take that as you will.
Portion's like 4 nuggets.
Maybe, yeah.
I'll take your portion as well. Man.
Woohoo!
Breaks all of his legs.
Yeah. The horse can do some really impressive jumps and just not even care
Let's
about
not
it.
talk about the horse breaking its legs.
So Argus has his own little fortress. If you notice, like almost all of the colossi are basically trapped where they are kept and they can't escape. I feel like this guy could escape because the fight begins with him climbing up a cliff, so he could just kind of climb out of here. But
Also, the
whatever.
flying ones kind of could.
Yeah, the flying one could, like, unless there's some sort of whatever logistics.
Maybe there are magic barriers. Who knows?
Yeah, magic barriers. That's
Invisible
exactly it.
walls. That's what it is.
Whatever's not explainable is just magic. Invisible, collision box.
Maybe they're just told that there's dangerous people outside, so they just don't go there.
There's a lot of rolling to get to this guy. And a lot more rolling as we cross this football field to get to him. Do. You're probably going to see normal strats to kill him, so I won't necessarily explain it. Unless I get fast strats, then I'll explain it.
They really bank on you liking the game at this point. Putting yourself through all this rolling.
Yeah. This skip, not only is it like input precise, it's also kind of RNG based. Whether or not you can get a jump once you've like grabbed onto his belt. So let's see what happens here. First step's relatively easy. You're gonna wait from the step. And you're gonna grab his knee. And then I'm gonna jump up to like his thigh and then try and make a jump to his belt real quick.
Sounds like a first date.
Let's see here. Now I'm kind of just like hoping for good RNG to get me up there. I gotta wait for him to like level out. Okay, there we go. Actually, really good position. So now I need good RNG to give me that.
Oh.
There you go. So that is one example of crazy physics in this game. You happen to let go like as the belt is being raised up. This guy shakes like a bitch, by the way.
Yeah.
But we should be good. Yeah. And that is a good spot too. This should be a good spot right here. Oh, maybe not. I want to poke him. Okay, there you go. So he doesn't do that. Getting on the spot here is very annoying sometimes. Uh-oh. Come on. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about your shoulder, man. Okay, that should be good right there. Okay.
Buttery.
So the normal strat is you go and stand on these platforms on the side, and he comes and stands directly in front of you and takes his time turning to get into position and everything. Okay. And stop. No. There you go. I didn't want him to rear his head back.
Poke him in the
As
head.
annoying as it is.
Quit it.
And now the final spot is on his arm. I'm going to play it safe and wait for him to shake. Then you can kind of drop down when he straightens out. Yes, the sweet spot. You don't need any sort of stab damage there. And just go get in front of him. Moving in the cutscene hype and the camera too. Well, I guess I'm not. Oh god.
Why would the
Okay.
camera look that way?
Yeah, the camera's just like, oh, look at that. That's nice.
Look, the scenery.
Rawr.
Do you like my pose, bro?
Sweet pose, bro. So what I want for him to do now is slam his hand at me, which he should do. Okay, he's deciding to turn. Don't turn back. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna try and dodge it. Getting on this hand can be really annoying, but there we go. Okay. This is actually a really good kill right here.
Yeah.
Pop.
What
Yeah,
the
he's
hell?
dead. I didn't have to see as long as I was charging
That's
attack.
gotta be a PB for you for that.
That's gotta be a PB kill, yeah.
That shot in the
Gold
end.
split.
That shot in the end was amazing.
Usually you I have to position myself on the middle of his belt, and that takes a long time of like shuffling over, because if RNG is not nice to you, you're getting just flailed around and you can't even shimmy. Okay, nice camera here.
The camera just made that fast.
I'll try and adjust it, but oh, there we are. There,
Hi.
yeah, he pooped us out. There we go.
Jesus.
Yeah, I guess I'm not explaining the normal way to kill that boss, so you'll just have to play the game to find out.
Oh shit.
You could
Yeah.
do it right now. You have a long way. Like,
What's the time check, by the way?
Closest one, can I check one?
No, that's fine. I don't care.
1 hour 37.
Cool.
That's really good.
Cool.
Exactly.
that's not too bad.
So we'll see. This is the final Colossus. The longest to get to, of course, they would make it the longest trek. And you need everybody needs to prepare their Bible thumps, even if they don't know why.
Skippable?
Huh?
Is the cutscene skippable?
No.
Upcoming?
No.
Alright.
Just everyone look away if you care about
Apparently
plot.
someone in chat has the name of Bible Thumb 7 because it just auto-corrected to that.
I said prep your Bible thumps. Don't post them yet.
I'm not posting. I'm
No, I know. I already have figured that once people hear me, they're gonna post theirs. Yeah. See, there you go. See, told you. I told you. I just had to preemptively say it.
Aslak.
You are so prepped.
Oh, he said Bible thump prepared though, so that's fair.
Aslak, in America, it means holding on to it until later, not pressing it early.
I need to prepare my spam, yeah. Probably.
Okay, dumb Jew is just he's fired.
Just unmod him.
Should I unmod him?
No.
Just
you
just
shouldn't.
ban him, whatever.
It's not following the strict Lobos Junior moderator rules.
They are very strict.
No goofing off.
No fun allowed.
Serious business right here.
Jesus, guys. I think we're behind the stream right now. Everyone is Bible thumping. It must have happened already.
When I got this on the HD collection,
Yeah.
I just immediately went to this boss's location because I was trying to find a way to see if there was like a way to skip every boss.
Oh, and just go to the final boss. Yeah.
That would be like the best any percent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just get the cutscenes. And then
I think that would be
find
really
the back.
cool if we could find an 80% that's just last boss.
Because you would think the rocks on the left look climbable and then you can get over the wall. But
Yeah, and if you do the fast strat with that like amount of health, like you have to do it correctly, but luckily that's the only thing you would do.
Then
so
you would need aggro, but
you would. But yeah, I mean you have to glitch through with aggro somehow.
Wait, what's happening to Aero?
No, I'm just saying to get to the last boss you need
speed
aggro.
theories.
Speed through.
Speed theories. .gov.
We need that.
Dog
We
go.
need that. Shout out the Colossus Skype speedrun group to discuss new strats.
I don't think that exists.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It probably won't ever.
It's like every now and then someone will be like, hey, I found something. And be like,
The Skype group is like me in a chat with Mountain Dew, and occasionally like talking distortion on Twitch, and Ella sometimes. So this is like a Zelda puzzle they just pull out of their ass. They're like, all right, let's do this thing, where you just gotta mirror shield the light
Mirror
at this.
shield.
Yeah, you just mirror shield the light into this hole in the door. And then there's this unskippable cutscene
Yeah, it's
where
really annoying.
look at the horse. I cannot control the horse. The horse always does this. It's just like, all right, fuck it, I'm out. Peace. That was good.
He knows what's coming.
And Aggro totally knows what's coming. One of them, he actually just walks into a corner and just stands there, which is actually
Wait,
worse.
didn't you get a glitch with this cutscene?
Oh, yeah.
That one?
Yes, I have
Oh,
glitched this
yeah.
cutscene before.
That was amazing.
So hopefully we don't glitch it here, because I would have to run all the way back.
I laughed so hard at that.
It's very rare,
I
I would
died.
say. Okay, so if you have your
Look at his
Bible
fucking
thumbs
legs.
prepped,
Look at those beautiful unbroken legs.
get ready. Get ready.
That looks stable.
Yeah, we'll just
Oh,
Uh-oh.
What is that? Oh no.
Save us, Aggro.
No, what's happening?
Oh,
egg roll!
egg roll. All right, everybody clap. Thank you, egg roll.
It was pretty frame perfect in the cutscene there. Oh, they're clapping.
And no, the game's not done.
Like, oh, what's happening?
You broke the latency. That's not fair.
Oh my gosh, so many Bible thumps. Kapow! Somebody punched a kapow in there. Excellent, excellent. Maybe a you died or
Still
something.
doing it.
All right, so now Wander's like, I've lost everything for this. My only hope is to finish this final Colossus.
I think he's thinking I'm fucked. I can't even go back now.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's get a new horse somewhere.
So that's
One
a
of those lizards or something.
little bit of platforming to get to the final boss here.
Because the game is not long enough.
Yeah.
It's actually not that long.
Everything.
Like you can add like an hour to every boss, then you have like what, 16 hours, like 18 hours.
Jump into that ledge.
Ah, damn it.
It matters so much.
Yeah, it does.
It's an integrity thing.
It is. All right.
Little hops.
Yeah. That was supposed to be a roll, but
Just so
whatever.
happy.
Yeah.
I made it up.
Yeah. So this boss actually has an extremely particular set of movements to like get this crazy, like you're supposed to hide from these fireballs he shoots while you like underground and take your time and roll behind these barricades. But if you do this perfectly, you can actually run like on the surface while he's shooting fireballs at you and dodge them all. They're really hard to dodge and they all knock you down, but we're gonna go for it. Even if I fuck up like one spot, I can still recover, but I would like to get it perfectly. It would be cool.
I'm pretty sure PS4s, PS3s and PS2s have died to this speed run scroll as well.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna get hit there, but that was really good. So I can already roll into a safe spot after this. That one roll that I did, that I didn't take damage from, like that was the hard thing to do. I should be safe here. So now he shoots, but he shoots him at, oh, that's annoying. I'll be good. I just kind of was trying to rush it there. If you're at a ledge, like it's gonna shoot at the ledge or whatever. Yeah, so like there. Boom. He shoots it a little lower, so it's gonna hit like, it's not gonna damage you. I'm gonna take a safe strat. There's a faster strat where you just charge straight at him, but you need to like really time that fireball. And if I got hit by one more, I'd probably not die, but close to it. So now we're under the Colossus. Unskippable cutscene hype. And this cutscene or this boss has like a series of like stab him in the hand, then he raises his hand, then you climb to his shoulder, then you stab his shoulder, then he brings his hand over to his shoulder, then you jump to that hand, then you do stuff on his other hand, but we're gonna try and skip all that with better strats. This is another one very visually cool boss. Once I get up on top of his head, like if you look at the terrain around, basically that we've traversed up to this point, very cool.
Very much that is right.
Yeah, I smell food. Lobos, kill this guy.
We're almost done. So this is unintended. You can actually shoot damage his shoulder from here with a precise shot. Oh, that was not it. That might be in that
It's
position
also
now.
really not strat, right?
Oh man, come on.
I think it's...
It's not that hard. Like you can just keep shooting. And eventually you get it.
Not hitting it, I mean the whole series of events here.
Oh,
It's kinda
yeah.
like-
There's a very risky jump, especially for like the end.
The approach is like really hard to learn.
And then he lowers his hand here, so you can jump on it. And that brings you up to like, oh, we skipped already like a part of the cycle you're supposed to do. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait here. And I don't know what determines this, but at some point he'll start like looking at his hand and rotating it and doing a thing there. And then he raises his hand just high enough that I'm gonna be able to grab like that ledge on his collarbone and then get to his head that way. Obviously that bracer on his upper arm like prevents you from climbing up there, so this saves a lot of time.
If only he had that around his neck or something.
Yeah.
It's like-
this takes for I don't know why it takes forever sometimes.
It's like I have never looked at this hand before.
Yeah.
I know this guy like the back of my hand. Oh, that's new.
Boom. All right. Yeah. That was really risky.
Now he's like, what?
Yeah. He's like, what? You made it there? Oh.
I didn't know
Okay.
you
And
could
we
jump.
should be okay.
I had one job.
I gotta want to get a grip spot here. every time you stab on this boss, it will do like a flail back and forth. So I want to pull out my sword and hold it here. Oh, he flipped me. That's weird. Alright, this should be good. Every time I stab, he's going to flail forward and back again. As long as I hold the stab, I should. There, and then pull up again. You'll just kind of cycle doing this over and over. You should be dead here. Cool.
Okay.
Hard game. So that's the last boss. There's a little bit of story to wrap up here, and then credits. Yeah, I'll let you know in time.
I forgot about that last bit of gameplay.
So this is even more spoilers. This kind of shows the resolution. You know, we're at the climax of the game. You've killed all 16 Colossi. You're supposed to get your girl resurrected now. And just as this is happening, the NPCs that have been coming to stop you arrive at the temple. And I'm skipping cutscenes, unfortunately, but essentially... Final Colossus. Essentially, they come here, find the girl, and then you show up magically, and they're like, what is this? And then you've got all this, like, black, evil god juice inside you.
Power.
And they're like, oh, he's possessed, kill him. And so they kill you, stab you through like the heart, and then you start spewing out this black goo like all the Colossi have been, and you transmorph into the deity that you made the deal with, and you have released him from his prison. His name is Dormin. And this whole section is it's one of those things where you're supposed to lose, so all you have to do is just wait for these guys to leave.
Scripted deaths.
Yeah, scripted failure.
Wander has grabbed the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, and you can do attacks and stuff, like I can crunch, like boom, smack. You can jump.
Imagine
This does count towards time, yeah.
Imagine hitting a girl with
Whee!
everything just...
And I think you can breathe fire, too. But it doesn't really do much, and you can't hurt the guys or anything. So we're just waiting for them to finish their trot over there. Where are they? They're almost at it.
All the frankensteins going on here.
Alright. Can't skip this. And then what happens is, using the sword that you brought, the sacred sword, they attempt to reseal Dormin again, and you kind of shrink back into your normal form, but you're like a darkened, possessed version, and all your character wants in the cutscene is just shows you reaching out for the girl and being all sad and stuff.
And this entire time, you realize that you were the shadow of the Colossus.
And time. Cool. I'm totally happy with that time. No, it's not.
It's like 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Still pretty damn good.
It is.
Yeah.
It was a good run. You had some really good fights, definitely.
How much time until the next game is supposed to go?
Let's see, it's 125. 5 minutes over.
5 minutes over? Okay. Normally I let this entire cutscene play out because it's cool, it's got awesome music, and then there's like a bird that caws at the end and everybody types caw in chat and it's silly. But for time's sake, we're going to go ahead and move over to Demon Souls, if I'm not mistaken. Square Wave is prepping, so we'll go ahead and swap over to that. And if you got anything to read, go for it. Otherwise, okay.
I have nothing to read aside of thank you guys for tuning in to this amazing event. This is Awesome Games Done Eventually 2015. This is our fourth year of doing this event. All of the donations for this marathon go to Child's Play charity who provides games for children in the hospital. Coming up next is Demon Souls. You guys here? Coming up next is Demon Souls with Square Wave. Get hype, as much hype as you can for that. Donations, we have prizes. If you donate $10 or more, you can enter to win a AGDE t-shirt. If Zombie Laura will stand in front of the camera here, we can show off the camera. That is the AGDE t-shirt right there. $10, you can enter to win one of those. No, you're good. You made it even better, actually. Also, we have some art by Carson Jurett, which you can also enter to win. We'll have another one here for the next block with Demon Souls. Also, we do have a donation incentive for Super Metroid. On Sunday, you can either donate to kill the animals or save the animals. If you've never seen a Super Metroid speedrun before, this is something that determines the end of the run, which you're either saving frames or you're making the game end canonically going into Metroid Fusion. Basically, it's fairly simple. Just click on we have a bot that will post the donation link every so often in chat. I know we also have some viewers who also post the donation link in chat. Also, if you go below the stream, you'll see a button that says donate. AGDE donations for Child's Play. Click on that and that will take you to our donation link as well. When you are donating, if you want to enter anything, be sure to put your name in the donation. Sometimes it'll show up as unknown, but just put your name in the comments and we will read it off for you guys. It is for the kids. So remember this. This is to help kids who are sick and in hospitals to bring video games to them. So you love playing video games. You love watching people play video games. These kids would love to play video games too. So I'm sure they would love you very much if you help them out. Egg Roll is alive. Let me show you guys this. Spoilers. Egg Roll's alive. Egg Roll lives, you guys. So once again, coming up next, we have Square Wave with Demon Souls. And then after that, we have Lobos back here with Bloodborne. Bloodborne Haipu, followed by La Mulana by Xylomite. Thank you guys again for tuning in. We will be right back.